Okay, so now we're going to cover deleting or removing directories. So again, I'm in my current desktop. This is the current path, C user student desktop, and this is that desktop. So if I do a dir, you're going to see folder 1, folder 2, sample 1, sample 2, sample 3, and F1. Okay, with F1, I could drill into it, and there's several folders within folders. Okay, so if I wanted to, for example, delete one of them, I'm going to do remove directory or RD. I'm going to do, let's say, sample 1, okay, which is this one right here, right there. So I press enter and it goes. Okay, I could do remove directory sample 2 space sample 3, and sample 2 and 3 are here. Press enter and they go, because I'm following the same rule. Okay, there it is. And now I have the folder 1 with a space and a folder 2 with a space. So you should know that if I want to, I don't know if I clarified, but if I want to make directory and call it folder space 3, I could make another space and folder space 4. You should probably know that or extrapolate from that, from just the examples that I already given. But here's you know, more examples of how you could use MD for folders with more complex names. So here we have folder 1, 2, 3, and 4. Each one has a space in it. So I could do RD or remove directory, and I could go folder 1, and open quotes and close quotes, space, folder space 2, close quote, space, open quote, folder space 3, close quote, space, open quote, folder space 4, close quote. Okay, so you should see all these 1, 2, 3, and 4. They should all go now. Okay, so I press enter, and they all got deleted. Okay, so now if I do a dir, I can see that there's the only real folder left that I'm going to mess with here is F1. The issue with F1 is it's not empty. Okay, so if I go back to the command line, and let's say on my desktop, so change directories desktop, okay, I create a folder called, so make directory folder called test, okay, all caps, so it's easy to see. So there it is. I could go change directory ... I could go back to my student directory here, and then I could go remove directory desktop / test. Now it's not case sensitive, but I just did like that just so you can see it. And as you notice, it deleted test. So that is important to point out, that none of this stuff is case sensitive when it comes to the command prompt. Okay, all you need to know is that as long as you tell any command where it's supposed to look and what it's supposed to do, as long as you don't break any of the rules of syntax, it will probably work out just fine. Okay, I guarantee you it will. Okay, so let's add rename. Okay, that's one more I want to add to this particular video. Renaming is rename, or so you can use rename or ren is a command that you can use to rename files and folders. So let's just create one. Let's create a folder, make directory. Let's call it John. Okay, and then we could, and there it is. All right, and then we're going to rename it. I could do rename, call it Bill. Oop, couldn't do that. I got to do rename John to Bill, right? All right, there it goes. Okay, so obviously you need a source and a destination, just like with anything else, right? So I could do ren instead of rename. I say, yeah, it wasn't Bill after all, it was Joe. Okay, and you can see it changes it, right? Same with a file. So I could do, let's see, we got a couple of text files here already. So I could say rename sample 3.txt to let's see if we could do it this way, sample space 3.txt with a close quote. Okay, so you see it added that space there. Okay, so rename is an important function of any kind of file or folder. If you right click, you'll be able to rename a file or folder in the GUI, obviously. So you could use ren or rename to do the same thing in the command prompt. So that's it for this section. Let's move on to the next section.